guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I got kind of scuffed. I'm so sorry, you guys. I was still like setting stuff up. I'm plugging everything back in. So I was a little bit late. Hello, Makara. Hello, Archie. Hello, Dumper. Hello, everybody. But yeah, there were some technical difficulties There were some technical difficulties that were going on. I was doing some video recording and stuff, so I had changed my output resolution to a higher resolution. So, you know, we have some crisp and clean video. But when I'm streaming, apparently 1440p is a bit much on YouTube's bandwidth. So I had to they wouldn't let me fix the problem until I went offline. So I had to end this stream and really quickly switch that up, just so that we have a very nice and crisp and clean streaming experience today. But yeah. Oh, did I forget you, Vivas? Whoops. Sorry. I think I saw sister there earlier too. So hello everybody. I hope everyone is doing okay. I hope everyone's doing all right. I hope everyone's doing good today. I'm like, oh my god. Oh yeah, you are in here. Hello. Hi, Plastic. You are sister. You are Ister. Yes, Ister. But yeah, I'm like, I am. I'm like, I don't even know, you guys. Today was a day. Yesterday was a day. If you guys couldn't tell by the title, if you guys could not tell by the title, it has been an interesting time in the tropical islands. Aqua, hello. I'm streaming while you're at work. I must hate you. No, I'm sorry, my love. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Yeah, I just survived, you guys. It's okay. It wasn't a hurricane. It was a tsunami. So really high surf, but it was, oh god, it was weird, guys. It was weird. Like, it was like the last thing I was expecting yesterday, because I was just hanging out with fam, right? I was just hanging out with my family. We were just doing stuff together, family style. So I single-handedly scared it off. Oh yeah, I hope I did. What is with all the stuttering all of a sudden? Jeez, OBS, come on. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I just went through so much trauma today. Don't do this to me. Encoding lag? What do you mean encoding lag? I just turned down my settings. What do you mean? I just turned them down and I'm lagging again. Why? Okay, wait. We gotta... Oh god. I think we just gotta turn off... the model. Why am I lagging? Please. I'm telling you, I just fixed this. Did I not? Yeah, I fixed it. So why am I lagging still? Come on. What's going on? Yeah, my GPU's having a hard time. Guys, I think the GPU might have just died. It's my first stream, so I free come back. I'm trying. I'm gonna check Task Manager. According to Task Manager, what is taking up everything? What should I close? CPU at 43%. I'm gonna try to turn it back on. I've got all my stats up. So please turn it back on and check. Oh. Okay. What are you doing? What is the problem? I think everything's fine. We're gonna say everything's fine. Oh nope. Something's happening. Something's happening. Something's happening. It's in the yellow. Skipped Franks is in the yellow. I think we're fine. I think we're good. I'm gonna assume we're good. We're gonna ignore that. No luck today yet. No luck today yet. We're gonna be okay. I think, yes, the incense should probably hope to appease my VTuber gods. What bitrate am I streaming to YouTube and Twitch? Let's see. I am at... Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I'll be real. I haven't checked these settings in a long time. Okay. YouTube is getting at bitrate of... I don't know. I don't know. Wait. Let me try over here. Will this tell me? Will this tell me? Okay, Twitch is receiving 5950 kbs bitrate. And YouTube is receiving... I can't check. I can't check. Anyways, I don't think I'm lagging anymore, so we're gonna just say that the problem is solved. It solved itself, you guys. With the power of hope and dreams, we're gonna say that the problem solved itself. Yay, no more scuff. We're fine. We're fine. I'll just monitor this just in case, you know, my graphics card suddenly decides to implode on me. I'm sure it'll be okay. I'm sure it'll be okay. Yeah, it's okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. This is what I get for fucking with settings, guys. This is what I get for fucking with settings. Everything goes wrong. Nothing works. I'll be real. I don't even remember how I decided on these settings. I'm pretty sure I watched a number of YouTube tutorials from only the finest and trustworthy of sources. But yeah, yesterday was like, so my day started like this, right? I got picked up at around 9 a.m. because I was gonna go have like, you know, I wanted to go have brunch with my family because family was visiting. So we went over and we had brunch with everybody. I got to meet up with my sisters, my older sisters. My other older sisters that I haven't seen in like ages. I haven't seen them in ages. I have like this nephew and he's grown so tall, you guys. It's insane. I used to remember when like picking up these kids from like school, right? And like and now they're so tall. Oh, they're so tall. It's insane. It's crazy. But yeah, it was like we ended up going into the car, and after brunch we were gonna head back into town, you know, and I was like, hey, if we have time, can I go get ice cream at the mall? Because I didn't have dessert yet. And I had a plan, you guys. I had a plan. Here's what I was gonna do. Walk with me here. I was gonna return to this mall later in the afternoon because I had dinner plans at that mall. So I was here trying to get my family to the mall in the afternoon after brunch to get myself ice cream. And the plan was that for dinner, I was gonna tell the people I was eating with, hey, let's also get dessert. Let's go get ice cream. That way, I would be able to visit my favorite ice cream shop where I live, on the island. My absolute favorite ice cream shop twice in the same day. And I was gonna have a whopping total of 4 scoops of ice cream. That was my goal. I was so ambitious. I was like, this is gonna be great. No one's gonna know. Like, my family's not gonna know I'm coming back here. My friends aren't gonna know that this is my second time eating ice cream. It'll be fantastic. It'll be great. And so I went in, guys. I went in. And what happened? I am literal steps away from the ice cream shop when all hell breaks loose. And we get the alarms and we get the emergency alert. And it's like, Tsunami warning. Correct. It's like, tsunami warning. Please be aware of a possible tsunami coming to your area. And I was like, does this mean I could still get my... Does this mean I could still go get my ice cream? I'm like right there. And my dad looks at me and he's like... well, let's get in the car. And I... Minutes away from getting my ice cream. I had to turn around. I had to walk back to the car in the blazing heat and the sickening sun. And I had to bite my losses. So we're in the car now, we're driving, and he's looking at me and he's telling me, hey. So don't be sad. Here's what we'll do. We'll drive inland. And if we have time, we'll go stop by and we'll get you milkshakes. We'll get you a milkshake. Would a milkshake cheer you up? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. So he's trying to, you know, comfort me, and I'm like, a milkshake would cheer me up. And he's like, okay, great. Then we'll get in the car, we'll drive around, we'll go get you a milkshake. So we get in the car, we drive around. And what happens then? The tsunami alert gets updated. We are getting a tsunami for sure. It is no longer a watch. No, we are getting a tsunami. So he's like, well, I guess no milkshake. And I'm like, goodbye, Aqua. Good luck at work. But like, I was so sad. I was so disappointed, you guys. I cannot express the level of displeasure. So we went over. So we had to go over, and at this point, you know, sister's in the car with us, so we're trying to get her dropped off at work because even though she's right on the coast, her job hasn't told her to stay home yet. Like, she called. We asked, like, hey, is she still supposed to come into work today? And they're like, yeah. Don't worry, we have evacuation plans in place. So we have to drive. After getting, you know, confirmation that a tsunami is here, we have to drive into the red zone, into the coast, into the heart of the coast. And we have to we have to drive in to drop her off for work. And what happens? Right as we're about to drop her off, she gets a call and she's told that she no longer has to go into work. So now we're trying to escape, right? At this point, we're trying to escape, right? We're trying to, get out of here. Because even though, at this point, we have, 4 hours? 4 hours before they expect the first waves to hit. So we're talking about our game plans. And we're like, okay, well, we could do this. We'll just turn around and we'll drop me off. And everything will be okay. No. We were stuck in traffic. For 2 hours before I decided that I was just gonna walk home. And I was gonna leave my sister and my dad. I'm just gonna leave them for dead, right? I'm just gonna walk home. Because I'm like, well, listen, guys. At least one of us should survive. At least one of us needs to carry on the bloodline. And out of all of us, I'm most likely to have more children. Out of the 3 of us left in the car, 2 hours after we started to try to leave, and we haven't moved at all at 0 mph traffic. I'm like, well, listen, out of all of us, I'm probably the most likely to continue having children. So if the world needs to continue to be repopulated, I think I should evacuate for the sake of world population. So I was like, okay, bye. I got out of the car and I just walked home. And I swear I walked home faster than I think they even moved. It was crazy. I got home and it took a while for me to get home, but it still would not, it would have taken even longer if I was in that car. I don't even know what time they ended up leaving that place. Damn. Oh, really? You guys left? You guys left to the hotel? Oh, wow. So they didn't even make it home. Yeah, these guys... I guess my family didn't even make it home. But I was safe, and that's what mattered. Look, you may have a boyfriend, my dear sister, but you guys are long distance. Again, I stand by my correction. I am most likely to have children. I can repopulate you guys. The world population rests on my shoulders. And I promise you guys, I need to see it through. We need a workforce. What are we gonna do when we retire, you guys? When the next generation retires, we're gonna be screwed. So I need to go ahead and repopulate. Anyways, it was yeah. I had so I'm sitting back. You know, I have my fictional partners. Yeah, guys. I promise I'll find someone. I have all the Riz. No one can stand. No one's gonna be able to withstand my Riz. In any case, yes, my fictional partners will help me repopulate you guys. My fan fiction AUs. I will be the lone survivor. It's alright, but that's okay. That's A-okay. Guys, I have the most Riz out of anyone in my family. I mean, look, my dad had 5 kids, so it'll run in the bloodline, right? But he's retired. He's had enough kids. I was the last. So, you know, I need to take it upon myself to make sure the bloodline doesn't die out. And in order to do that, I had to save myself. You know, I had to hop out of the car and walk home and leave them for dead. That's okay. It's fine. It was hilarious, right? Because at this time when we're in the car, we weren't really freaking out that much. Because we were thinking, well, we have 4 hours. But as the minutes ticked by and we were still stuck in traffic, I can't lie, you could feel the tensions rising with each passing minute in that car. And we're all like trying our best to not like make things weird or uncomfortable or like thing. So we're just talking story the entire time. And we're yapping and we're making like lighthearted of this situation. You know, we're talking about anything other than our impending doom. But then my dad gets a text. He gets a text from my mom. And what my mom texted my dad was, at this rate, I don't think you're gonna make it back. Should you just stay there? This woman texted the love of her life. I don't think you're gonna make it back in time to outrun the tsunami. It's like she made her peace with the situation, you guys. She made it, guys. She made her peace with the situation, and that was gonna be that. It was, oh my god. Thank you, mods, for getting on that. But yeah, it was like, yeah. Too funny. It was too much. Too much. But anyway, so you know, I think next time, I think the second that I see the traffic, I'm just gonna hop out in advance. Hi Cypher, hope you're okay with the tsunami situation. Yeah, I was fine. Thank you, Octa. I mean, you know, if anyone was following the news, it ended up being not as, you know, not too bad. Like the first waves, first off, it took a while for the waves to eventually hit. So it was delayed past. So we had like, people had more than enough time to like, you know, get to safety and all that. So me included. So I was, and I'm in a, you know, I wouldn't have to leave. I wouldn't have to go anywhere unless it's like a really bad tsunami. It would be really bad if it hit me as soon as it got out of the car. I know. Like I leave and I'm like, okay guys, peace out. I'm gonna go home. And then I get hit. They're fine because they're safe in the car. I get hit though. Yeah, everyone was buried in the water. Cars were upside down. I got to swim with the fishes, you guys. No, it was, ugh, God, don't even mention the tourists. I was watching the news as soon as I got home. I had pulled up the news. I made sure all of my devices were charged. I made sure my computers were unplugged in case of a power outage. And I was like, okay, Okay, let's see what everyone else is doing during this tragic and scary moment. And the news just finds people on the beach. It was as if it wasn't bad enough that while I was walking home, I was seeing people evacuate with pool noodles. Like that was gonna do anything when the waves hit. Like this, like yes, yes, Stacy, that purple pool noodle that you're holding for dear life, along with all of your belongings, will save you in the event of a tsunami hitting earlier than expected. It was so like unreal. It was unreal. You saw the news story of the guy trying to catch a huge fish as the cop was trying to get them to leave the shore. Yeah. No, you also have to understand, right? Like, okay, listen. If anyone here does live by the coast, or even if you don't live by the coast and there is a natural disaster that happens in your area, please, for the love of God, please, do not tempt fate. Your life is worth more than your gacha gambling habits, okay? It is not worth gacha gambling with Mother Earth. I don't care if it pays out once and you get all the clout and bragging rights in the world and you got all the aura farming from that situation. I don't care. Please protect yourself and be smart. That's all I ask, because I have lived through like a lot of natural disasters, even more so than I think a few of my my local counterparts. Because you have to understand, guys, here's a rundown of all the natural disasters that I personally been involved in. First off, I had to move away because of the first volcano that ended up burning down my childhood home. Second off, I moved back, back to the Central Islands, and after that, I moved right to the shores, and I have to witness my first tsunami when I'm literally living across the street from the beach. I am like a hop, skip, and a jump away from the beach, even closer than I live now to the shoreline. So I remember having to, like, in second grade, having to climb all the way up to the 3rd floor. We lived on the 1st floor, so I had to climb up to the 3rd floor of our apartment. My mom left us up there, and she and our dad watched the news in our apartment as she left me and my brother up there sleeping with the sleeping bags that night. And then, fast forward even further to my middle school days, we moved back to the Booney Island, where, lo and behold, another fucking volcano eruption! This time, still down, like the places where it ended was down the street from where I was living. So at the time, so it was like I was breathing in smog for ages, you guys. And then we moved back here, and then guys, my roommate's parents get caught in the Maui fires. So I have to worry for their safety. These people are like family to me. And it's like, okay, then they get caught in the Maui fires on their vacation. And aren't able to get home until like the next day because airports are closed. And now we have this. So I'm collecting the natural disasters like dubs, you guys. I really am. And I wish I was joking. But I mean, I think because of how many I've experienced... Oh, I didn't even touch on the missile alerts. Right, I didn't even touch on the missile alerts, you guys. Where we got the mistake that rogue missiles were gonna explode. Blow us all up. We were gonna enter our next Fallout 4. It's gonna become our next Fallout. But yeah, it's like... like I said, it's been so many that I've lost count. And, it's been like, what, 2 decades? Yeah. So I'm collecting these natural disasters like W's, you guys. So I would say that I am more than experienced enough to say that I like to believe I handle them with a sense of detachment when they happen now. Because it's like, I've survived all of this, right? I don't think it's gonna get any worse. I don't think it's gonna be as bad. And even though I know that it probably won't be as bad as everyone's saying things to be, at the same time, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna test it, right? And I think that's what everyone should do. Like, you shouldn't test it. Even, like, it's good that you're able to stay calm in any kind of bad situation, but please, even though you are calm, do not mistake it for the fact that it is any less of a dangerous situation. That is just all I have to say. That is all I have to say. But it is, yeah. It is, yeah. And sometimes you wonder if the people like that should just leave instead of arguing with the people deciding to stay. Yeah. Honestly, for their own safety, I think that's why, like, at a certain point, like, HFD and, you know, the police department and everyone just kind of stepped away, and they were like, well, at this point, it's like, what's gonna happen is gonna happen. If that's what they choose to do, it's what they choose to do. Because there's no use endangering yourself in order to try to save another person who doesn't even want to be saved, right? So it's, yeah, there's that. It is, yeah. Yeah. Your mom said that she'll just stay with your brother in the danger zone because, oh well, you guys will see the water coming. Oh no, that is bad. At the bright side, at least your mom and brother are like on the inland a bit more. I actually, so yeah, I had to pull up I pulled up maps and stuff, and I actually did study up what the actual evacuation zones were, and luckily a lot of the people that I know and love were safe, with the exception of a few that called me in panic that day. I remember having to take phone calls, hearing like one of my best friends like actually like sobbing on the phone because this was her first time experiencing something like this ever since she moved in. And she lives on a houseboat, you guys. So like, especially so, she was like panicking, and I was like, oh dear, like please. So like, and I had to talk her through everything, and it was a tough situation. But I think by like 10 o'clock, I think everything kind of like smoothed over, and I was just exhausted, you guys. I was like disassociated the whole night. I was disassociated the whole night as my roommate and I were like making fun of all of the shitty people on the news getting caught on the shore, and you know, we were just laughing at them and making jokes and watching bad Instagram reels and just like trying our best to just wait as time passed. And that's all you can really do sometimes, is wait. I think that's what sucks, is just the waiting. So much waiting. Yeah. But I was fine. It wasn't like I said, I wasn't super worried, and I especially didn't want to bring it up. I didn't want to post, like, this is the thing, I also didn't want to post about it, right? I was half like, you know, like, should I make a post? And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna make a post, because it's no point in worrying you guys for no good reason. And like I said, I wasn't expecting things to get super out of hand, or at least I wasn't expecting me to be directly affected. So I didn't think I had to make any statements or anything publicly. So, you know, I texted, you know, I texted my mods, I spent my night texting my close friend. Texting a close friend, and then it was like, yeah, this is it. This is where we are. This is where we are. And good thing I didn't make a big deal out of it, because I'm fine, right? But I am gonna make a big deal about things in hindsight, because oh my lord. So you guys can look forward to probably a story time short or two about the situation. Guys, I'm gonna be filming this for content for days. I'm kidding. But yeah, it was fine. And it's not like I was at risk of anything. I'm like, we had more than enough notice for that this was gonna be an issue, so it was okay. It was gonna be fine. I wouldn't want you guys to worry. Proceeds to leave you guys for months. Yeah. You want to save the horses from a flood there in Texas? Crazy. Yeah, so I'm hoping that my educational content, you guys, will be able to service everyone. But as for my plans today, it's gonna be a shorter stream because I did have to stop a bit late, and I still do have plans tonight. I'm gonna make up my plans from yesterday. I'm gonna go out, you guys. I'm gonna go out to the bowling alley, and I'm gonna bowl my heart's content, and I'm gonna eat all the shitty chicken wings, and I'm gonna eat delicious food, and I'm gonna have bad drinks, and I'm gonna get blacked out drunk. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna have so much fun tonight, because I need to get these nerves out of me. Ice cream. Yes, I need to eat all the ice cream. I'm gonna get myself a whole pint to make up for yesterday, you guys. A whole pint on top of the dessert that I have at the bowling alley. It is gonna be. I'm gonna be gorging. I'm gonna be gorging. Is the YouTube chat box not working? Oh yeah, I wonder why it's not doing that. You're right, Makar. Thank you for pointing that out. Why is it not working? I am seeing activity in the YouTube side of things, but I guess YouTube chat's down. Whoopsie daisy, or it's not synced. I don't know how to fix that because it is kind of all automatic. So I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this, and we're just gonna bye-bye YouTube. Bye-bye YouTube. Luckily this isn't breaking any you know, any TOS. At least it wasn't Twitch chat, because then we'd be in trouble. Then I'd be breaking TOS. But if it's YouTube that goes down, I'm pretty sure I'm fine. So I'm just gonna do... yeah. Banished? Yeah. Yeah, sorry YouTube chat, you guys have gotten banished for today. But you know what this means? You know what this means? This means that Twitch... this is gonna be the Twitch... gets to have the bubble today. Aren't you guys so excited? Twitch gets the bubble today. I think I'll just put you guys over here. Yeah, you guys, Twitch gets the bubble. This is so exciting. This is your guys' first experience experiencing the bubble, you guys. Bubble man, bubble man, bubble man. Yes, there's 2 of you! Not for long. It's okay, we have to kill the clones. We have to kill the clones. The clones are dead. You guys are bubbles. You guys are bubbles now. So long, YouTube chatters. It's okay, I can still... I don't hate you guys. You just got here and I put you guys in a bubble? Yes, you're a hero. Yes! But I've like, I had to... Don't worry, Archie, I don't hate you guys. I can still read your guys' messages. It's just that the VOD will not contain them. I love you guys still. It's okay. I love you. I love all of my chatters equally. All of my platforms equally. All of my lucky stars equally. She eats the YouTube chat. No. I just understand that they are the most scuffed at the moment. So, you know, and I don't want to, you know, I don't want anything bad to happen. So, which is why, look, you guys would just be looking at empty space otherwise. So I might as well just give you guys the bubble on Twitch. and don't worry, YouTube, I can still read your messages. I can still maybe take this as an opportunity to jump over to Twitch and follow me while you're here. Just follow me, why not? Then you could use all these cool redeems, like making me drown myself or stretch. I love you guys. I do. I love you guys. I love you, my lucky stars. All equally. It's too funny. Too funny. Oh, see? Redeems. Like this hydrate one that just got redeemed. See? Thank you, Octo, for the hydrate. Ew. I still only have bitter grape juice. That's like fermented and sitting on my desk to drink. Oh, thank you for the stretch. Yes. Don't worry, mods. I love you, all my mods, equally. And I love my family even more. But yeah, no fighting. I would like you guys to get along. Right? I don't want to have to choose between my family members. Please, guys, don't make me choose. Leftover fermented grape juice is my drink of choice. Yeah. Like, it's not even like in an alcohol way. It's literally, it's not like, I'm telling you, I'm being 100% serious. There's no alcohol in this. But it tastes so freaking bitter. So bitter. And this thing has been sitting like on my desk since like last stream a few days ago. And before that, it was sitting half drunk in my fridge since like, I'm not even kidding, like May or June or something like that. The beginning of the summer was the last time I had had this drink. But it is bad. Ew. It is so sour. I'm not a fan of it. If I get sick, you guys know why. If I get sick, you guys are gonna know why. Let's see. So, while we are here, I did want to do something a little bit different. I know I said that we were just gonna go play games today, but I don't think that's really gonna happen because, you know, everything that's happened, everything on my mind, everything being on my mind recently, I don't know if I could focus on a game. So here's what I'm gonna do instead. Here's what we're gonna do instead, you guys. We're bringing back MS Paint. Oh, I wonder if this YouTube chat is working. Is it? Bringing back MS Paint. Let's see. Nope, not working. Okay, so I'm gonna turn that off. Turn off YouTube. Turn off chat. Can I turn it off? No, I cannot. Oh, well. Empty chat. Oh, wait. This means that chat can go into the bubble. Twitch goes into the bubble. I know Twitch loves the bubble. Twitch loves the bubble. You'll get satisfactory for me on stream. Aw. I hope you guys are satisfactory. I hope you guys are satisfied. Satisfied. You guys get bubble time. Anyway, so here's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna pull up this and we're gonna pull out our crayons and MS Paint. Because what I'm doing today is we're gonna have some educational content. We are gonna learn. We are gonna learn, you guys. Hello, Slaver, welcome in. But yeah, we are gonna learn. And we're gonna learn everything important. That is the wrong pen. Where is my correct pen? I'm sorry, guys. I can't... Yes, that's perfect. I need my crayon. Okay. So here it is. No ice cream. No ice cream. I'm so sorry. So we're gonna pull up and we're gonna make this educational. And this educational is called... Get away from the beach. Like, please get away from the beach. For the love of God, and an active tornado, or an active tsunami warning, get away from the beach. I cannot stress this enough. Get away from the beach. So, you know, yeah, this is gonna be size, tsunami, survival. I don't know how to spell tsunami. Survival. Where I will write notes on how you guys can survive. Beach episode. I don't think I have any beach items. But that'd be super funny. But yeah. So, you know, this is going to be educational content today. We're going to be educational. And MS Paint. So first and foremost, what you guys need to know in the event of a tsunami is that you will get something called an emergency alert. And it's going to look something like this. It's going to come up and it's going to pop up on your phone. And it's going to make a really big... This is a megaphone. Noise. It's going to make noise, guys. And by noise, I mean it's going to be like absolute noise and hell and annoying. And if you hear this, you fucking run. You run. You run. Sorry, I got carried away. Anyways. You did your college thesis in MS Paint. Very educational. Oh, thank you for spelling out tsunami correctly for me. Thank you, Sumami. Wait, no, guys, I promise. Wait, no, I can spell. Anyways. Yeah. Run. Okay, normally the noise is going to be coming from sirens. Okay, the noise is going to be coming from sirens. And the siren is what tests everything out. About once a month, I think on the first of every month in my area. It might be different for you guys, but these sirens are they do tests, and these tests, we all know them, they're annoying, right? But when it's not a test, if you know it's not a test, please pay attention. Watch out for the warning. Do not panic. Yeah, don't panic. Don't break out into tears, you guys. Like, if you break out into tears and you start crying, like, that's bad. That's bad. You want to know what's gonna happen if you cry? If you cry in the middle of a like, you know, natural disaster and you start panicking? You get a skull. You become a skull. It is a one-way ticket for all the like stuff to do. Like everything bad will happen if you start by panicking. So if you have the time, to, you know, because most of the time these alerts that I'm talking about that I'll send out, you'll get these on your phone, you'll get these on the so you'll get these on your phone, you'll get these on the TV, and like, you know, so like so you'll get these alerts everywhere, and they'll have information about everything happening, right? You get a skull for free? No, you get a skull for panicking. You get a skull at the cost of your life. That skull is the weight of your soul, good sir. Please, please. But yeah, so, you know, every phone, every TV, every disco will get that warning. And that warning is going to give you information. This thing, we like it because it gives us information. It'll tell us things like, you know, for example, how long we have before, you know, an imminent disaster occurs. It'll tell us things like, you know, the places that'll be affected. It'll tell us things like, you know, where to evacuate to if necessary. And most importantly, all it does is just keep us informed. It just gets... Do tourists get those alerts if you're visiting? From my experience, yes. Because it is localized. So even if you have... So as long as you have your location services on, you should be getting these alerts. And this doesn't... That's a very good thing to bring up, Octo. Because like I said, all this stuff, it doesn't just apply to the you know, don't think that you are exempt from this knowledge if you live away from the coast. This stuff can happen like if you're like, even if you're like visiting the water. Like you don't have to live near it. You just have to visit it and it could happen. You know, don't think that just because you're staying for like a day or two or like not even that you're like safe. And it doesn't even need to be the ocean. Like floods are a thing. Flood warnings are a thing, right? Fires are a thing. And these are all the kind of things that kind of still apply. But yeah, so number 1, do not panic. So no crying. Do not panic. Because, and then 2 is going to be find info. Is get info. You need to calm yourself down and you need to find information about the situation. The one thing that pissed me off so much was how many people didn't tune into the news. I had so many people like asking like, oh, where are you learning, or where do you go to, where do you learn stuff? Please just watch the news, because they're gonna be so much more informed than like, you know, any kind of written articles that get posted or any of that stuff. Because you have to understand, the written articles, they're getting out as fast as they can, but it will never be as fast as live coverage. So your local news TV or news station will like be your #1 source for how to navigate the situation. But yeah, so it is, yeah. So that's going to be number 2. And once you guys have the information, you can use that to get yourself to 3, get yourself to a safe place. So get safe. And by getting safe, this doesn't necessarily mean to evacuate by car. Because in my fucking experience, you guys, car is like the worst way to travel in any kind of emergency situation. You want to know why? You want to know why? Let me show you guys why. Because you have the road, right? You have the road. And see, normally, everyone goes to where they're going. And sometimes, yeah, things can get congested, but everyone's going to where they're going. But the thing what happens when you're listed to an emergency alert is that all of a sudden, everyone feels like they need to go somewhere. And what happens when everyone needs to go somewhere? No one goes anywhere. No one goes anywhere. So basically, if you have the chance, first off, the part of the bit about finding information is to see if you are affected. That does not mean that if you're like not affected, to just like, you know, not do anything or like cruise or whatever. It just means that, you know, at this time you're not in danger. So yeah, if you guys can, find out if you guys are going to be in an affected area, because you don't need to evacuate if you're not in an affected area. The less people on the roads, the better. Ideally, the roads should only be left for the people who need it. We're talking emergency services. We're talking HFD. We're talking people with families who need to get somewhere and like bring everything, and they need a car to transport themselves. That is what these roads should be used for. It is not used, or it is not useful if you are trying to drive somewhere just to get quote unquote a little bit safer, even though it's likely that you're already safe. Because at least so where we are, our island is divided into places, or like where we have, you know, where places. Pretend this is my island, right? So you have the water over here. You have the red zone that is directly impacted by the tsunami. You have the yellow zone where you're safe as long as it's not an extreme one. And then you have the green zone where you're too inland for us to even care about you. If you're like, the road should only be if you're in the red and you're trying to get further in and you are incapable of getting into a high building. Danger zones. Yeah, they're danger zones. So the one thing that everyone overlooks is that when everyone says that you have to evacuate, a lot of people immediately take to their cars because they think that they need to drive further inland. That's not necessarily like the case. You can evacuate in other ways, such as into tall buildings. Because in tall buildings, you are gonna be safe from all the water below. Yes, you may have to watch out for air threats. Ignore that I do it. Yes, you may have to, you know, watch out for air threats. All right, that's not a problem. You don't have to worry about this. This is not the PowerPoint for that. This is not the PowerPoint for that. This is for water, you guys. This is not for you know, anything else that could happen, that may have happened. This is not for that. Anyways. Don't try that. I already did. Anyways, but like, moving on. Like, a lot of people think that they need to go by road to evacuate to go further inland. They really don't. Like, it's... Twitch gave you ads just as I started drawing. Oh no, you missed everything. It's fine. I love the chat delay. How it get, like, I was able to do a few things before like everything like, you know, set in. Oh, I gotta pull this. I gotta pull my stuff onto my side screen. Please pull up. Let's go side screen. Sorry. So in my case, how high did the water get? Well, they predicted that we would be safe as long as we were like above the 1, 2, 3. So we'll say like what? So we'll say this is ground floor. This is floor 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they said that as long as we were at, they predicted as long as we were at the 4th floor and up, we would be safe. So basically the max amount of damage that would occur would be all down here. But this was like, yeah, so 4 stories up where I'm living. And this is like right at the coast. So like if you're living and the beach is like right here. So if this is your place and the beach is like right here. Yeah, as long as you're like as long as you're like at that 4-story mark, you're fine. You're fine. So that's even if you're like right in front of the water, on the water even. So as long as you guys can get high enough and you guys have access to this, then you're okay, you're safe. So what everyone thinks is that they have to get inland to be safe, but there are other ways to travel, and it's easier if you just like if you can travel by foot, travel by foot. Especially in some of the more urban parts by the coast where there are a lot of hotels or condominiums and stuff. It is so easy to find a place to like get high up. Like you don't need to just rely on a car. And so let's talk about if you know, but that's urban areas, right? So let's talk about the non-urban areas. Let's talk about the areas that are like, let's say that they're in the boonies, right? We're talking about boony area, where it's like right there on the water. Or yeah, right there on the sand and on the water. Now, this is where things, you know, get kind of, yeah. Because when you're on the water and you're not in a very urban area, you kind of have no choice but to get inland, right? So my recommendation, if you do happen to be on the coast on one of these places where there are no places where you can go and get vertical, is to, again, refer back to the whole previous thing about getting information and see if you can find a map. Get a map that'll show you where the danger zones for the tsunami stuff is, and try to get further in to where you are in the green. We want to be in the green. We don't want to be in the yellow. I mean, you can, as long as you can get to the yellow, you'll probably be fine. As long as you hit the yellow, you'll be fine. You're not at risk of dying. You want to stay away from the red. But our goal is the green. But also the good thing about the beaches more in the, you know, boony side where these buildings aren't located, you know, where you won't find these tall buildings, is that where these beaches are, you have way more open road. Like the road is a lot less populated because there's a lot more land. So you shouldn't be getting as much traffic congestion. So this is fine. So yeah, so traveling by road, that's or by car on the road, that's fine. That is okay. In an absolute worst case scenario, let's talk about the very, very worst case scenario, right? Where you are here. You are on the beach. You were just here. You were cruising. You know, you have your beach umbrella. And you were having a barbecue on the beach. And the tsunami is like right next to you. And you find out like 5 minutes till it hits. What do you do then? You climb the tree. You climb the tree. There is no use trying to outrun something that is like right there, because the water is gonna move so much faster than you'll probably expect. And worst case scenario is that you could probably get swept away in your car, and we don't want that. So again, we get vertical. Get vertical, yeah. Just get vertical. Pack your shit and run. Yeah, that's ideal. So normally these alerts go out. People think that these alerts are going to come out and it's immediate danger. Most of the time, unless there's something happening like right directly next to you, or like across, like, you know, like within like view, and that's where the earthquake originated from. For the most part, you will have notice, you know? You'll have notice. You'll have time. Like in our case, we were able to predict it like hours in advance. So that's, you know, the same goes for anything. So you'll have time to get at least safe enough, or get to a place that's safe enough. Do not focus on getting as inland as possible. Just don't forget to get as high as possible. So if you're driving and you still find yourself in a yellow zone, but the green zone is like further away, and you're like, but you find a building that's tall enough in the yellow zone, stop driving, get to that building in the yellow zone. Do not aim for the green. You know, it's like the idea is to just get to a stationary position as fast as possible. If there's no tree, you learn how to swim. You become the tsunami. You embrace the fishes, you guys. You become, you know, you say hello to Nemo, and you just, like, you know, you guys be friends. You guys be friends, because this is your life now. This is your life now. This is your life now. You say hi to Nemo, you say hi to Marlin, you know, and you enjoy as much all you can eat sashimi for the 7 minutes that you can hold your breath. Under the sea. Under the sea. Yes, you won't drown. Turn that frown upside down. Under the sea. They gave warnings for boats to leave port. Yeah, so if you're on a boat, honestly, there are some bits of the movies that are correct, and this is probably one of them, I think. Don't fact check me on this one, but it's to get, if you're on the harbor, like, don't think that you're just screwed, right? Like, you can sail as far away from the shoreline as you can, because once you do that, like, because the shoreline is where the wave crashes, right? The wave is going to crash against the shore, and this is the damage. This is our danger zone. This is our no-no zone, is where the wave hits the shore. But if you can get far enough out, then at that point you're just experiencing this. You're just experiencing this. You're on a boat and it's on a wave, and that's just all it is. You know, it's choppy waters, but it is genuinely a lot safer than what you could be facing at the shore. So if you're on a boat, that's what I would recommend. The Twin Towers. Okay. Disney called. I sang too much and they're sending a lawyer now. Well, luckily for me, I'm not monetized on YouTube. I'm gonna get like a strike on the stream for that. But yeah. In any case, ideally you get far away from the docks, you know, or at least further from the shoreline. If you do happen to have a boat, then I mean you have a couple more options. But yeah. What if you're on a plane and there's snakes? Well, that's actually a very good thing to bring up. First off, if there are snakes on the plane, then you're kind of just dead. You know, you gotta either stomp the snake, or the snake is gonna stomp you. That's the snake. So, you know, you gotta get rid of the snake beforehand. But for the planes, so what everyone didn't realize is that the planes that were here were not allowed to land on the islands during all of this stuff going down. So this means that airports were closed. This means that people were like, you know, this means that people were no longer allowed to fly because, you know, of these kinds of things. And for the people already in the air, of course they do like some sort of emergency landing thing. But if you were waiting on a flight, it's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. Yeah. So in that case, you know, we've heard stories about people who were sharing food because everyone at the airport went home. So there was no one running the restaurant, so people shared food with each other. And if that doesn't work, well then I guess you have no choice but to sacrifice the weakest and eat them for sustenance. You gotta eat them for sustenance. The dinner plate. You know, it's what you have to do to survive. And it's on a serious note. Most likely you'll go a little bit hungry. Like in that kind of scenario, you'll most likely get a little bit hungry, but you should be able to get food like the next day. Or like whenever everything reopens. Like it's not gonna be enough. Like they wouldn't let you starve to death kind of thing. You'll be hungry, you won't starve to death. You'll probably get evacuated from there, or maybe they'll even turn the airports into evacuation zones. You never know. But yeah. Go into hibernation like a bear? Exactly. But see, the good thing about human nature is that for the most part, like when there's stuff dangerous happening, oh, that's the wrong one. Like people kind of just, more often than not, like people just kind of get along, right? People just, they share their food. They come together in a time of crisis. And this is a good thing. This is what we want from humanity. Because we want us to get along. We want us to get along in times of crisis. What we don't want WWE wrestling. We don't want this. This is bad. See, WWE wrestling in a time of crisis is bad, you guys. This is not what we want. Day 28 or 28 days of zombies, right? I think, yeah. At the 28 day mark, you guys turn into zombies. It just you guys just turn into them. It's unfortunate, but yeah. It's a pretty quick turnaround for the cannibalism, but you'll trust me. Thank you. Thank you, Octo. Yes, I'm a very... Guys, trust me, guys. I am an expert on survival situations. I have had so many dreams of the zombie apocalypse happening. I've had so many dreams of the zombie apocalypse. This is a zombie, by the way. So I am an expert at survival and at running away. See, this is me. I'm fast. I'm running away. You should have seen the stuff I read in high school. Oh, there was so much cannibalism in them. Yeah, I've read a like... It's not even like I tried. I didn't even try. It's just that every single book I picked up for some and it wasn't like once. It was just like, it wasn't in a row or anything, but it was like, it happened enough times where I would like pick up books. And these are books, you guys. And like, they would say nothing about them about cannibalism, but I would open up and I would read them and there was cannibalism. Like, I cannot... It is unfortunately like a part of my history that I cannot say anything, that I cannot comment on. Remember, kids, you don't need to run faster than the zombies. You just need to run faster than one friend. Yes. Ideally, it'll be your least favorite friend. Have I played the Dead Island games? I actually have not. I've watched my siblings play the Dead Island games. I am a little wuss, so I would never play them. It depends, or... It could be good if the wrestling is done in the bedroom or in the streets. Both are pretty bad. One loses a life, the other makes one. Oh my god, you guys. You guys. Okay, here's another thing I would like to comment on. So in the event that... So here's our world, right? In the event that our world goes through an apocalyptic situation... I'm just letting you know, we kind of don't want to immediately repopulate until this situation is solved. Because this thing is not gonna survive in that. Yeah, guys, this thing is just not gonna survive that. So you want to make sure that in any kind of apocalyptic situation, you try your best not to repopulate. Do your absolute best. It's called a baby boom, post-war population boom. Yeah, exactly. Save it for the post-war stuff. Do not eat the babies, please. It's like, look, okay, if you have a choice, don't eat the babies, all right? Because, look, even though they are weak, they are fragile, and they are made of meat, they have, like, no taste. They have no taste. It is not good to eat them. It's not cost effective. Thank you. It takes 9 whole months to make them. It's not cost effective. Now, if you did have to eat someone, here's what I believe we should do. I'm not advertising for cannibalism here. But in the event that you have to eat someone, if it had to be a baby or a young person, here's what I would have it. I would make it be an old guy with a walker. Because this old guy with a walker, he's gonna die anyways. He's not gonna survive. He's gonna die. So I think it's safe, in this case, to eat the old people. That is cost effective. They're fully grown. They have all the meat they're gonna have. It might be a little bit bony, but it's still like the most amount of meat for mass. Can I draw tennis balls on the walker? Oh, of course I can, hero. Yeah. So eat the old guy. Eat the old... Can we eat the wheelchair too? If it's made out of leather, you can boil the leather and eat it. I hear, according to the internet, you could boil water and eat it. I mean, you can eat everything at least once, right, you guys? This is the thing. You can eat everything at least once. Everything is edible at least once, please. He's lived his life. Yeah, he has. Eat the animals first. I forgot about that. I forgot about the animals. I'll be real. I'll be real, I kind of forgot about the animals there. Yeah, I'll be real, I kind of forgot that animals were a thing. I mean, if you have it in your heart to eat little Jimmy the dog, if you have it in your heart to eat little Jimmy the dog, I guess you can. And it's probably the more ethical step to take versus jumping straight to cannibalism. Now, I'm not advertising that you should eat your dog, because it's kind of sad. What I am saying, though, is that you take your dog and you make it meet another dog. And then they fall in love. And we have a sustainable farming program again. This is what I believe. This is what I believe the correct thing is to do. So don't just eat the plain dog. Farm them. Ranch them. Be sustainable with it. Because everyone knows that sustainability is gonna win us over. Sustainability is how we survive, you guys. Sustainability is it. We reduce, we reuse, we recycle. See? This is how we heal the world. We reduce, we reuse. I can draw an arrow, I can. And we recycle. It's the circle of life. Source history, yeah. I mean, yeah, if you can get other, like, genuine livestock animals in the times of an apocalypse, I would recommend that. I mean, specifically talking about here again, like I said, if you live on the boonies, you guys, and there's no city, you want to know what's, like, what else the boonies have that, you know, us urban folk don't? They have wild pigs. And wild pigs can be hunted. Oh. This all started with a tsunami warning, right? I'm pretty sure we're still on the topic of that. Look, have you guys been taking notes on my critically acclaimed tsunami survival course? I hope you guys have. Great tangents? Look, we're fine. It's communist? No, it's not that. It's not that. Look, you guys. This is what we call... Look, I want to explain something to you guys. This is called entertainment. Because with me here on the TV, this is me, you guys, and I'm just yapping away, and I bring up all these different topics because this is me yapping away. You're gonna be listening to all those topics and you're gonna be wondering what the fuck is going on, and then you're gonna ask, hey, how did we get to talking about this when we were just talking about that? And you know what happens when you ask me that question? You give me chat engagement. And you want to know what happens when I get chat engagement, you guys? I get money. No, I don't get money. But what I do get, I get an ego boost. I get my aura rises. My aura rises, you guys. I get my power up. The master plan, yes. This is why I talk out of my ass. I'm hoping someone's gonna point it out and correct me so that I can go ahead and get the aura buff that comes with you guys, you know, blowing up my chat. And this is how streaming works. This is streaming. Yay! This is wonderful. Don't you guys love me? Don't you guys love me? Anyways. You mean I'm intentionally like this? I mean, it doesn't... Look, some people... There is this. I will say this. Some people are born with it. Some people are born with the skill of just talking out of your ass. Some people can just go on, and these people can, like, they can yap for hours, and they are born with this ability. There are other people who they are not born with it, but instead They practice. They read books and shit. They study. See, for me personally, I am the first type. Guys, I was told as a child so many times that I just talk a lot. That I talk a lot. And then I should shut up sometimes. Like, this is something that my parents actually told me. I remember very strictly when I was a child, when I was a baby Cyphery right here. Like, I was just talking. I'm gonna make my thing pink because I'm a girl. But like, it's like when I was just talking, like I was told when I was a little baby, like by my parents to just stop talking. I should just stop talking. And it happened on multiple occasions, right? Because like, yeah. Like, I guess I was just born with the gift of gab. Now, is it effective gab? Not really. And this is where that whole thing about training your skill comes from. Because you can't be born with it. And that does help you get started. But it's even better when you can train it. So when I get on stream here and I practice talking, you know, some things that it helps with is that, you know, or some things that are skills or that you have to build is to, you know, how you transition from one topic to the next. The amount of filler words you use, like like, those are filler words, like hesitation. That's something that you can fix with practicing. You know, that's stuff that you can train. You know, making it funny, making people laugh at that. You know, they get happy and they laugh, right? That's also a skill that you can train. You can learn how to be funnier, you can. But things like just, yeah, like me, I could just talk for ages. I could talk for ages. You know, it's my gift of gab. Gift of gab. Some people are not born with ADHD or autism and we call them bored. Look, I haven't never been officially diagnosed with ADHD. I will say that. It is... I don't know if I really do have it. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. And this is just me, you guys. But, you know, so I don't want to say anything. But, like, yeah, guys. Who knows? Because, so I don't want to do anything to, like, stomp on the normies. Because what if I'm a normie? I've never actually been tested for ADHD, you guys. So I could still be a normie and still be this crazy. Being a class clown is a trained skill? Yeah! 100% it is a trained skill. 100%. Some people can just be born with the ability to... Some people are born with the ability to know what's gonna get, like, laughter out of people. And those are what we call chads. So, like, these chads, they just know. They just know what's gonna elicit a reaction. And then we have the ones that kind of don't know how to read people. And they struggle with that kind of stuff. And we call these guys nerds. These guys are dorks. And sometimes these guys bully these guys. But see, then they grow up and they evolve. And you see this nerd, you guys. Sometimes that nerd is gonna evolve into someone who learned how to be funny as well. And he's gonna be better than the person who bullied him. Why? Because that nerd was also smart. And being smart and knowing how to make people laugh makes you what? A boss. So this is a CEO now, and this is his trucker Chad, who only graduated with a high school diploma and is now getting fired and laid off. Anyways, moving on. I know where I was going with that scene. One doesn't exclude the other. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily. Like, that's a Venn diagram, right? It's a Venn diagram. Yeah. The guy on the right is a Nepo baby. That's what we all forgot. Everyone cheats the door. I'm not gonna confirm nor deny that. Look, guys, I might have been... Look, okay, growing up, maybe I was a dork. Okay, maybe I was a dork. But except my glasses were pink. Okay. And what happens when a dork grows up? With pink glasses? She becomes an even bigger dork on the internet! Which is where we bring this guy back. She becomes an even bigger dork on the internet. There you go. There you go. Pull yourself up from the bootstraps. You're a self-made man while hiding the fact that you're a nepo baby. Classic. Honestly, nepotism isn't always bad. It's just unfair. And life is sometimes unfair. That's just how it is. You know, you don't... Life is like a gacha. Life is like a gacha, you guys. It's like a game of slots. You don't know what you're gonna get, but most of the time it's gonna be dubbed. Most of the time it's gonna be L's. Doug calls me a dork, so it's canon. He does! I love Doug! Oh my god, I love my beloved Doug. I want to draw fan art of him right now. Let me see if I could draw him from memory. It's canon, confirmed canon. Why won't it let me draw? Wait, what? It won't let me draw, you guys. Look, I'm trying... what? What? Wait, it won't let me draw! I just want to draw Doug! What do you mean? What do you mean it won't save? As soon as I take as soon as I take my freaking... my finger off the mouse, it erases it. Why? Why? Okay, wait. Here you go. Here you go. Let me try to... I have to do this in one stroke, you guys. I gotta do this in one stroke. Because otherwise, it'll delete all of my progress. Let's draw Doug. He's got his toes out. Because he's barefoot. And he's got, like... really good abs. And he's strong. And he's handsome. And he's got, like, a six-pack. I love him. No. He doesn't have spaghetti arms. Look, those are muscles. Oh shit. Oh shit, what happened? Oh no. Oh no. Where did I go? No! No! My beloved! He's gone! I miss him. I didn't delete him. It just won't let me draw him. Guys, I think OBS is broken. Oh, but sorry, guys, I think MS Paint is broken. I think MS Paint is broken. I'm ending the stream. And with that, I'm ending the stream, you guys. With that, I'm ending the stream. I broke MS Paint. I did. Shut up, Hal. I don't know. All right. Well, I think this is a good time to just I'm just gonna thank you everyone who stopped by the stream today. for our second just chatting stream in a row. Yeah. Don't you guys love this variety in variety channel? Thank you, Hero, for the follow. Oh my god, thank you. We're just gonna come over here. We've managed to fill time just talking for an hour and 20 minutes, so I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, yeah, it's not like our 3-hour yapping stream yesterday, but like I said, I'm just interested in getting my my delicious chicken wings and ice cream. I'm kind of hungry, so you know, I'm not like I'm happy that we hit the 1 hour 20 mark before, you know, finding any stream breaking, you know, errors that happened. Monarch beware, Cypher's coming for your crown. No, please, don't worry, guys. I'm gonna hold my head proudly and be the next generation of VTuber scuff leader. Yeah. Oh my god. So yeah. Anyways. Next stream is gonna happen on Friday. We made our list last stream about like stuff we're gonna do, so hopefully my plans won't get derailed. And we'll be able to actually play some games. Thank you for the hydrate redeem. I get to hydrate with my shitty stale sour fermented grapefruit juice that's been sitting on my desk. Yeah. I draw the worst parts of alcohol. Only the taste and none of the spike. I hate that. Anyways, Next is gonna be Friday. Hopefully on time. Hopefully on time. Hopefully doing stuff. Did I figure out why my computer was crashing? Anyways, I want you guys to know that I love you, and I hope you stars have some sweet dreams. I hope you guys have a lovely evening. Thank you so much for sitting down for my late ass stream again. I had fun yapping you know, yapping as much as I wanted to yap, so there's that. It keeps crashing because I'm near it. It makes sense. You guys are so mean. So mean. Anyways, next time, hopefully YouTube chat will keep working again and Twitch can give up the bubble. But I hope Twitch chat, I hope you guys enjoyed the bubble for today's stream. YouTube chat, I hope you enjoyed feeling what it's like to be the second born child. In a family of 7. Anyways, sweet dreams. I love you guys. I hope your pillows are cold. With that, stream end. Bye! Bye, stream end.